Hello, my name is Janine Gurgel, and I'm president of the Healthy Lakewood Foundation. On behalf of the board of directors, I thank you for coming tonight, especially when the weather is so beautiful, and I'm very jealous of Terry O'Neill sitting out on her front porch. The photo that Andrew's about to put up will show you the 17 hardworking volunteer board members that comprise the Healthy Lakewood Foundation board, and many of these folks you'll be hearing from tonight. Who could have predicted a year ago what trying times our nation and our community would be going through as a result of a virus that did not previously exist? As of today, almost 200,000 people have died as a result of the pandemic, including some in our own community. These are trying times, but I'm proud to be part of a community where people take care of each other. My mother-in-law passed away some years ago, and we were overwhelmed with the kind gestures and support we received from this community. Neighbors delivered trays of turkey wraps and casserole dishes filled with Italian sausage and peppers. Friends in my Lakewood book club delivered a blueberry pie and a pineapple upside-down cake. The good ladies of the Lakewood Early Childhood PTA outdid themselves, as they always do, with brownies, pasta salad, and one of them even left a cooler full of fruit on my front porch. My sister happened to be visiting when a lot of this food showed up. She lives in a very different kind of community, the kind where people pull into their driveways after a long commute after work and shut their garage door. The kind where people don't really get to know their neighbors, and she couldn't believe it. "What is going on?" she said. "What is with all this food?" All I could say was, "This is Lakewood. People here take care of each other." And now, more than a decade later, and in the grips of a deadly pandemic, I believe that holds true more than ever. It holds true whether you've lived here for 50 years or 5 months, whether you grew up here or moved here to rent your first apartment or buy your first home, whether you came here from Cleveland Heights or Akron or Chicago or North Carolina, or Albania, Myanmar, or the Democratic Republic of Congo. We take care of each other. It's my hope and aim that the Healthy Lakewood Foundation will be part of this tradition of taking care of each other now and for years to come. We're excited to share the ways we've tried to do that over the past 12 months, and more important, we're eager to hear from you about how we can continue to do that and the ways we best meet the community's needs going forward. Before we proceed, I have a few housekeeping points to share with you pertaining to tonight's meeting. Andrew, if you could take us to the housekeeping slide. Thank you. So you've been entered in listen-only mode for this portion of the meeting. We'd love to see you all, and we know that visual connection is healthy, especially in these isolating times. So if you can share your video, we encourage it, but it's certainly not required. If you have connection issues, you can certainly call in by phone. The number is here on the screen and also in the Zoom confirmation for the meeting that you received via email. Questions will be monitored in the chat. Please enter your questions as they occur to you, and if we can't get to them tonight, we will post answers on our website after the meeting. This meeting is being recorded. Your participation is consent for the release of the recording to the community, but I will share breakout sessions will not be recorded. And now I'll turn it over to the Foundation's Vice President, Dr. Roland Anglin. Roland, it's all yours.
Thank you, Janine. As a board, we have been on this journey of institution building for a little over 2 years now. The work, while rewarding, is not often seen by our community of stakeholders. I want to use my time to acknowledge some of the values that the board has tried to instill in this young institution. The first value, I would say, is a focus on community. From the beginning, we have tried to honor the spirit of Lakewood's past and present in our outlook, planning, and action. Because of this, we are an embedded institution that reflects the hope and dreams of Lakewood. The second value is a firm sense of openness and transparency in our deliberations and plans. As a board, we value all opinions. In fact, I think my colleagues would say we overshare our opinions, which is a good thing. I don't think we've lost anything because we prize all voices and open all decisions to big and small to everyone's review. We are a cohesive body where board members respect and genuinely appreciate working together in building an enduring institution. And lastly, we operate in and from a clear sense of compassion and honesty. We are compassionate in our desire to help the least among us, but honest in that we as an institution have limits to what we can do and that we have to be careful stewards of the institution. So with that, let's begin our report to you. Let me just go over the agenda. We've had the welcome. Next, we'll have committee updates, then a group photo, then breakout discussions. Then we'll have a healthy moment. I think you're really going to enjoy that. Then we'll thank you and wrap up the meeting. With that, thank you for coming. And the first committee report, I believe, is Peter Q.
Thank you, Roland. The Healthy Lakewood Foundation's Finance Committee is made up of Heidi Hilty, Kurt Broski, and me. I am treasurer. KeyBank is Healthy Lakewood Foundation's investment advisor and custodian. The bank has met with us regularly and we are able to monitor holdings remotely. We are in the process of seeking a permanent investment advisor and custodian, and that process has begun. KeyBank is one of the people that will participate in that. The annual tax returns, Form 990, have been timely filed, and they are available on the Healthy Lakewood Foundation website. So far this year, Healthy Lakewood Foundation has had $46,889 of operating expenses. We've made $207,500 in grants. We've received $4,848,605 of funding, the bulk of that received at the end of July. And we've received $415,130 of investment income. The funding sources are Lakewood Hospital Association funds from the Cleveland Clinic, the Cleveland Clinic's annual contribution, and funds from 3 other contributors. The value of Healthy Lakewood Foundation's assets on August 31st was $14,186,862 and stands at $14,227,745 today. This is before the $77,000 of additional grants that have been committed this month. I am now very happy to introduce Kate Ingersoll, Board Secretary, who will report on governance.
Thank you so much, Peter. The following board members serve on our governance committee: Kirsten Creation, Melissa Fetterman, and Dr. Chuck Garvin, and myself. The Healthy Lakewood Foundation's board is made up of 17 members, and per our bylaws, 2 representatives are appointed by the Cleveland Clinic, and 2/3 of our members are residents of Lakewood. If you'd like to learn more about the HLF board, please visit our website at healthylakewoodfoundation.org, and under the About Us section, you'll see information on our board members. At our annual meeting in March this year, we renewed the terms of 5 members. Those are Melissa Fetterman, Janine Gergel, Heidi Hilty, Rick Kem, and Chitra Walker. We did not appoint any new members to the board, as this was the first time we have renewed board terms since our inception. Board members are elected to 3-year terms and can serve on the board for up to 3 terms for a total of 9 years of service. We also developed our nomination process for board leadership and appointed 4 members to serve in the roles of president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. The year prior, these roles were held on an interim basis until our formal process was established. The following board members were elected to serve in these leadership positions: Janine Gergel as president for a 3-year term, Roland Angland as vice president for a 1-year term, Peter Kuhn, treasurer for a 1-year term, and myself, Kate Ingersoll, as secretary for 1 year. The governance committee is developing a diversity, equity, and inclusion statement for the board, as well as overseeing the board education component of our meetings to advance our learning of best practices within philanthropy, public health, and the needs of our Lakewood community. And now we will hear from Sharonda Watley, the chair of the Quality Assurance Committee.
Thank you, Kate. Hello and good evening again, everyone. My name is Sharonda Watley, and I'm serving as the subcommittee chair for quality and evaluation. Serving alongside me is Dr. Judy Welsh, Aaron Murphy, Chitra Walker, and Janine Gurgel. So in February of 2020, as a board, we were able to build some consensus on an initial grant-making strategy that centered on the social determinants of health as defined by the Kaiser Family Foundation. Specifically, we wanted to focus on food, community and social context, education, and neighborhood and physical environment. We were just beginning to conceptualize an implementation strategy when the pandemic became a reality for everyone. We quickly recognized the need to pivot from this initial strategy to address the community's more immediate needs stemming from the pandemic. Next slide, please. We wholeheartedly decided to devote all of our 2020 grant-making efforts and resources to a proactive and rapid response to COVID-19 relief. In that spirit, we were able to make a grant for $85,000 to the Lakewood Department of Human Services for resident emergency needs stemming from the COVID-19 crisis. We were also able to make a grant for $57,500 to HFLA of Northeast Ohio to establish a pool of emergency loans exclusively for Lakewood residents. We were able to make a grant of $50,000 to the Lakewood Community Services Center in support of food distribution to Lakewood residents. And we were also able to make a grant of $15,000 to Asian Services in Action Incorporated to meet the emergency needs of refugee and immigrant families in Lakewood stemming from the COVID-19 crisis. So tonight, we are very excited and thrilled to announce our newest grant award recipients. Next slide, please. We were able to make a grant to the Lakewood Community Services Center for $35,000 in support of food distribution to Lakewood residents. Also a grant to Lakewood City Schools for $32,000 to support digitally connected families for school-age children, and $10,000 to Lakewood Alive to support housing outreach for seniors and low moderate income residents. To date, the Healthy Lakewood Foundation has been able to grant a total of $284,500 to mitigate the continued impacts of COVID-19 and to support Lakewood residents. Please know that we expect to make additional grant funds available before the end of the year. Next slide, please. We do anticipate that our grant making will continue to evolve as the community comes out of the pandemic. We hope to formally unveil a full grant making and evaluation strategy in 2021. So please stay tuned. And now I will turn it over to Becca Boss to talk about community engagement. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Sharonda. Like so many other people in the past few months, we've had to do a lot of pivoting with the Community Engagement Committee, and it's my pleasure to serve alongside of Rick Kem, Courtney Noster, and Kalila Worley on this committee. And so we took a look at what we could do. We thought 2020 would be our opportunity to do a lot of in-person engagement, and instead we've had to shift to a digital medium. And so we launched the year by establishing our website. Hopefully many of you had a chance to visit the website as you registered for the meeting, or you'll explore it after this meeting to learn a little bit more about what we're doing, to check out our 990s as Rick mentioned, or to learn about our board as Kate mentioned, and about our grantees as Sharonda mentioned. You can also go there to learn about our annual report, and that's where we will be posting grant making information in the future, grant applications and the like. We've also established our social media presence, and so we encourage you to like us, to tweet, to share our content on Twitter and Facebook. We recognize that this is not only a chance to engage with the community, but it's a chance to amplify resources and events and news that really support the health and wellness of our community. We've taken the past few months to work on our community engagement and accountability plan, and it's in its final phases. This will serve as a framework for us moving forward as we think about the important ways that we need to connect and to communicate with our community, not only about our grant making, but about other things that support the health and wellness in Lakewood. And finally, I think that it's important for us all to remember that this is a community organization, and there's a wonderful opportunity for people that may not serve on the board to be involved in our various committees. And so I think community engagement is the ideal committee for that. If you are interested in sharing your time and talent and would like to be a part of what we're doing, whether that's on a regular basis, or maybe you just have some information or ideas that you would like to share once in a while, we would absolutely welcome that. And you can share your information either via chat or reach out to us by email, and we would love to have you be involved. We're very grateful to everyone who's joined us this evening to spend time hearing about what we've been up to for the past year, but far and away the most important part of this meeting is our opportunity to listen to you, to learn from you and hear not only your reactions to the information we've shared, but also what you're seeing in our community. And so before we move to the breakouts, where we will have the opportunity to do that, we're going to take a brief moment and we're going to take a photo, because if we were all together in person, which hopefully we will be very soon, we would love to have that photo that captures the moment of all of us being together. And so we're going to do the best next thing, and we're going to take a couple of screenshots here in our Zoom environment. So Andrew is going to lead us through that, and then once he's completed there, then he will send us to our Zoom breakout rooms for a little bit of conversation, and we look forward to your feedback and thoughts.
Well, welcome back from the breakout sessions, everyone. And I hope it has been a good evening for everyone so far. I am Chitra Walker, member of the board. On behalf of the board, I'd like to say how grateful and pleased you all are that you are here, and for your willingness to participate with us in expressing your views, your concerns, as well as your creative and thoughtful ideas of how we, as a foundation, can more fully serve you and Lakewood. How we can, with you, help every citizen of Lakewood live as healthy and fulfilling a life as possible in our community. That may seem like a particularly high goal to set, especially when we are in the midst of an invisible but very palpable and devastating pandemic, which, as we know, has struck right here in our community of Lakewood. The level of uncertainty is great, and we have all felt restless and anxious. Some of us have perhaps experienced COVID-19, or know someone who has suffered, or know someone who has experienced any of the many other accompanying traumas, loss of loved ones, or of employment, possibly the loss of our small business, or even of our homes. And many of us are worrying about our children and our other loved ones, of going back to school, or just feeling shut in and isolated. The following is a breathing exercise, and it is optional. So if you don't want to participate and just want to watch the rest of us do something like this, that's fine. Or you want to step away, that's fine too. But it is an exercise which is one way to begin to relax and bring healing to the mind and body, just by breathing. Think of your breath, the act of breathing, as itself an act of healing. Now, get yourselves into a comfortable position. Close your eyes if you like. Let's begin by breathing slowly. Inhale, count to 4. Hold your breath for 3 counts. And exhale your breath for a count to 5. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember the slightly shorter inhale and the longer exhale. It is this longer exhale that brings the relaxation as it rids the body of the stress and anxiety. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue breathing this way, imagining the parts of your body, mind, or heart that need to heal. Imagine the problem area as dark. It is being penetrated by the healing light of relaxation brought into your body through your breath. You are breathing in, healing and calm. And as you breathe out, you are breathing out the stress and darkness caught inside. Continue to breathe in and out, breathing in healing and calm, breathing out tension and anxiety. Continue your breathing as you do. Imagine you're breathing into every part of your body. Starting at your feet, try to feel the breath reaching that part of your body. Wiggle your toes. Feel the breath reach your ankles. Then go to your legs, your calves, to your knees. Breathe in, calm. Breathe out the tension. Breathe in again as you feel it going to the upper parts of your legs, your thighs, into your hips and pelvic area, and now into your lower back. Think of light coming in through your breath, darkness leaving as you breathe out. Now you are taking your breath into your stomach, into your chest. It's going into your upper back, into your shoulders. Move your chin and head down into your chest. Turn your head onto one side. Turn your chin back to the center of your chest. Turn your head to the other side. Feel the breath in your neck. And then as you breathe in, feel your breath in your mouth, in your chin, in your cheeks, in your eyes and eyelids. Feel your eyes a little heavy, maybe, as you relax. Now it's in your face, in your forehead, feeling cool as it reaches the top of your head. And as you breathe out, feel the tension leaving your body. going down your upper arms, lower arms, to your palms. Wiggle your fingers, feel them. Breathe in. Feel your spine relax and your shoulders loosen. And as the muscles in your neck and shoulders give up their hold and relax, then as you breathe in, feel the relaxation go around your neck, down your spine, down and over your lower back, all the way down to your tailbone. Your whole body has been touched by your breath and your consciousness. You have blessed each part of yourself with your breath, with your life. You have consciously breathed new life into each part of yourself. You've recognized each part of you, helped each part let go of the stress and tension, and help yourself come to a place of calm. Breathe in, out, in, out. And now, as I count slowly to 3, you can allow yourself to return to the awareness of your present, to where you were and now are. 1, 2, 3. Gently open your eyes and realize you are here. And now, Khalila Worley Billy will conclude this meeting with a few closing remarks.
Thank you ever so much, Chitra. I even noticed my tone now is different during that. As someone who, like many of you, have been probably surrounded by Zoom calls, we forget to check in internally. And it is a gracious moment to be in presence with you all. And thank you, Chitra, for giving us that space. We want to thank you all for being a part of this very new, very present moment in the midst of being separated. And in this moment, we want to thank each and every one of you for participating in our breakout groups. I know our group was very engaging and dynamic and very transparent with their feedbacks and thoughts, and as well as sharing some very pivotal moments like reclaiming their porch as their COVID safe haven, or putting a demand on us to really think about winter and becoming a winter place where we embrace outdoors more for our safety. And so we have taken that feedback that you have provided us and created a word cloud. And if you're not familiar with word clouds, our note takers have provided words, and words that stood out repeatedly get bigger. And so that are words that people have said multiple times. And so those words got bigger. And I look at health assessment, outdoors pivot. And we look at other words like mental health, and connection is twice. And connections, no, actually it's about 3 or 4 times. And so we see the importance of that word. Walkable is multiple times. And so we know that in these moments, outdoors, health, our mental connections, and being able to have space where we can get to safely is important. So we thank you all for sharing and being able to help us as a foundation think what are the key things that stand out to you during this moment. If you have additional input for us, we offer for you to put that in chat. There is a chat box, as those of you who are at the beginning of the orientation that's in the middle of the screen. You can put that in chat, and we welcome those. We will have that saved, and we will leave that open for you to do so even as I'm doing the closing remarks. We will also email you the slides, materials, and this word cloud, so you are familiar with the Q&A responses that we received in our breakout groups. There will also be a survey that is included in the chat for people to respond to the survey. And we ask that you complete that. You can either go to that link now, but it will also be emailed to you if you want to stay in your very relaxed state, as Chitra's put us all in, and do it at another time. But we do ask for a continuous thinking as a foundation, that you continue to provide that information and feedback and thoughts to us as the board. We want to also thank our board leaders, each and every one of our board members who have volunteered their time to put together not only just this community meeting, but in a way really pivot the work that we're doing to address the needs of this wonderful Lakewood community. And we also want to thank our board leaders who helped plan this, Melissa Fetterman, Kirsten, as well as Becca Boss, who really took a lot of time to put this together for us as a planning team. We wish you all safety and blessings along your journey throughout this very pivotal time in our lives. We hope that you all remain safe, and please continue to try to connect as possible, even in the midst of separation. If you have any further questions, you can always visit our website, because the information for tonight will also be on the website for us as well. And we ask you to check in with that website as frequently as you can for updates around our grant strategies. And if you have any questions, that you can connect to us through the website as well. Thank you all so much. Please have a great night.